Back of the end zone, got a man. Touchdown, Arkansas! Touchdown, Arkansas, Warren Thompson!
Post-game coverage is presented by Gameday Lodge, the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team-building activities. Just search Gameday Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Airbnb.
I'm behind Lisa on the bridge, and I have jumped off. I am in the river.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
We are live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Got you for the next hour and a half alongside Tommy Kraft. I am Ty Richardson. Arkansas beats the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff 45-3. They don't cover, but they get a defining win. It was up 45-0 in the first half. And Tommy, there really weren't many points during that game where you thought Arkansas was going to run into any roadblock.
No, this game, clearly Arkansas outmatched their opponent today, so there's no question about the talent gap or the depth gap between these two teams. Arkansas had some self-inflicted mistakes that you could see Sam Pittman was frustrated about. The penalties, the turnovers, got his attention, and that'll give them something to coach on this week. But Arkansas outclassed Pine Bluff in a historic matchup as Arkansas played their first in-state opponent since the 1940s, 1944. And, there was never a moment in this game you thought this was even going to be a contest at halftime or certainly in the second half.
You brought up mistakes, and in a game like this is a great learning opportunity for Sam Pittman, Barry Odom, and Kendall Briles to point out constructive criticism for these players that I know when you look at a score 45-3, you think, oh, well, there's not much to correct. But they had some things they've got to correct. And I'll start with a guy that I really like that has come on this year is Warren Thompson. Tommy, he dropped a touchdown. He dropped what would have been a third down conversion, and there was one other ball. I know at the end of the day you win 45-3, but you can't have those drops when KJ's placing them in your breadbasket in SEC play.
Oh, absolutely. And execution was not an A-plus today for Arkansas.
No.
They did score 45 points, all of those in the first half. In fact, the field goal by UAPB was the only second-half points even scored in the ballgame. So that's by design, I believe. If Arkansas had wanted to score more points, they absolutely could have. But they chose to empty the bench out and play a lot of players. But execution was certainly today, it looked like they were ready for a break, ready for those couple of days off to start the week and maybe just get away from football a little bit.
And you're welcome to jump in here, 877-377-6963. We're live across our ESPN Arkansas airwaves, hitthatline.com, the TuneIn app, ESPN Radio, plus Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Now, Warren had that drop, but it was nice to see Blake Kern get back in the action, Tommy. I know he's had some struggle with drops this season. KJ threw a beautiful ball off a play-action pass to set him up for that early touchdown to get him going because you want to get him, and Hudson Henry had 2 catches this last week, get the tight ends more involved. Well, they did that early today.
Yeah, and KJ had a nice day. They didn't throw it a lot. They didn't run him a lot. You didn't expect it. 17 passing attempts for KJ Jefferson today, 10 of 17. But you're right. It was good to see Blake Kern get involved early in this game. I think he had one other catch, if I remember right, in the first half. That was a sizable gainer, maybe brought back by penalty. But Kern, 2 catches, 25 yards, and that touchdown. They were trying to get Burks and Dominique Johnson the ball early in this ball game. I thought Dominique got a chance to show out a little bit. He was the leading rusher at 91 yards, didn't find the end zone, but did all of that work on 6 carries, and that's an average of 15 yards a carry. And there was a time I think he carried it 3 plays in a row and just seemed like he got a first down every time he touched the ball.
I know Geno Bell in the Learfield postgame made reference to him being Marshawn Lynch beast mode. And the thing about Dominique, when you watch him play football for the Arkansas Razorbacks, it is rare, if ever, that the first guy brings him down. He's not the fastest running back in that room, but he is a load. Tony just brought up, when he gets 6 carries and has 91 yards, that should jump out to you. Now, I'll give credit to the offensive line because they opened some gaping holes for Dominique, Rocket, AJ, and Treylon to run through today. But even when he hit first contact, Tommy, it is very difficult to bring Mr. Johnson down.
He got tree trunks for legs, and he uses them well and changes direction. So, you're right. He's not the fastest. He's kind of shifty once he gets inside and finds that extra 3 or 4 yards a lot of times after contact or after he's even being brought down. He still finds a way to slip off to the side a little bit and still get a few more yards.
And he's been able to do that throughout the game. And not just this game, but several times this season where he just kind of slips off defenders and they absorb him and they go down like a sack of potatoes. Now, some other mistakes that were made in this ball game, Tommy, I don't know how many times they jumped off sides, but it was really weird. The quarterbacks for UAPB were doing like a double clap. It wasn't like clap once, wait a couple seconds, and clap again. It was clap twice, and it was like with the second in between. So that threw some of our defensive ends and D tackles off, and that picked up. And there's been some miscues on the defensive line where they've had some pre-snap penalties. And if UAPB is able to get them a little bit today like you hope they can clean that up in the bye week and heading into Mississippi State at home not this next Saturday, but the following Saturday.
I have no idea what the cadence for UAPB has been like leading up to this game. I don't know if that was a change that they didn't scout out or work on during the week. But, yeah, there was plenty of times where basically UAPB had a free play. Arkansas flagged 9 times today for 77 yards. But I would imagine the cadence and how a team comes to the line, like you said, claps, that's all part of the scouting. So I don't know if that was a little different or why that was, but it was noticeably more egregious today than it has been in recent weeks. And maybe it's just a loss of focus, but that's a fundamental. You're not supposed to – I mean, they teach you from, midget league up. You don't listen to the cadence. You watch the ball as a defender. You go when the ball moves. And, that's just fundamental 101 there.
I remember, this is basketball. Was my dad's favorite phrase when he was coaching our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade team is watch the opponent's belly button. Now, they were wearing jerseys at the time, but that was in football it's different. You don't watch the guy in front of you because even offensive line and tight ends and fullbacks and running backs, they shift, they motion, and you don't want to jump off sides there. You watch the ball in football, and unfortunately, a handful of times they didn't do that today. Now, I'll say this, Tommy. We always talked about, how Kobe Hamilton always showed out in Little Rock. Well, Traylon Burks, the Warren, Arkansas native, who a lot of his family, I know, comes up to Fayetteville for games, friends as well. I would guess a few more of them made their way to Little Rock. Did he have himself a game? He has a rushing touchdown, 2 receiving touchdowns, and he keeps showing us, Tommy, I think it's 5 of the last 6 games, if I remember that correctly, that he's gone over 100 yards. Traylon Burks keeps showing us why he's going to be a first-round pick in this upcoming NFL draft.
Yeah, and I thought the couple of rushing plays, including the touchdown, he had a 49-yard run. That puts something on film for these last 4 opponents to be prepared for. You knew it was in there somewhere. We haven't seen him run the ball a lot this year. I hadn't looked at the season stat. I don't know how many carries he's had on the season, but that was maybe the bigger surprise. I'm kind of surprised he only had 4 catches in the game because early, clearly, Kendall Briles was trying to get him the ball. It seemed like there was several targets to him. Ends up with 89 yards of receiving today, a long of 39. And Traylon Burks is, clearly your most effective standout offensive player.
It's nice to see.
KJ Jefferson may disagree with that, but he's clearly, I think, your most all-conference type player.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question. I think you're spot on that. It was nice to see Devion Warren got a couple catches. He had a reverse as well. Just getting some other guys involved. Keytron Jackson, the true freshman, had his first touchdown of the season. So an all-around good game for this offense, particularly and I say particularly, really just in the first half. We're live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, where they have new Ford F-150s in stock, including new Super Duties. They also have the all-new Bronco that, if you haven't seen it, is the perfect tailgating vehicle. Still got the Mississippi State game, not after the bye week. Still got the Missouri game. There's still a great amount of time to tailgate this upcoming season. Plus, here at Randall Ford, they have been serving all of Arkansas and surrounding states since 1908. It is the 4th oldest Ford dealership in America, and there's a reason why they are up for so many Best of the Best awards every single year. So come on and see us right here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. So the Arkansas game, it was kind of a blowout early, but there has been some great football games on today. We're going to tell you about those next in your Bud Light scoreboard update. Keep it right here on Hog Reaction, live from Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Touchdown! Oh, my!
Check out our selection and savings today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. If you're in the market looking for a Dodge Ram, this is a place to shop. If you're looking for Toyota Tundras, how about GMC Sierras or Chevrolet Silverados, pre-owned F-150s? If you're looking for Mustangs, Corvettes, we have a little bit of something for everyone. Stop in and see us, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or shop us online at randallford.com.
The Gameday Lodge in Branson is the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team building activities. You'll find 10 bedrooms with 19 beds for up to 28 guests, 9 bathrooms, 17 TVs, poker table, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, a fire pit, 2 gas grills, outdoor basketball court, a heated indoor swimming pool nearby, and a 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. Not to mention near some of the best golf courses. Just search Gameday Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Airbnb, and VRBO.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Call Kohler Green Insurance today in Fort Smith, 484-9888, and Kohler and Green Insurance in Van Buren, 474-9888, or online at kohlergreen.com.
What do you get when you pull into Tony's Tire Service? You get the best selection of tires for any car, truck, or commercial vehicle. Tony's Tire Service has Cooper tires and is ready to serve you to get you back on the road safely. They'll also get your vehicle fixed with brake replacements plus an alignment with the best repair guy in the area. Tony's Tire Service has been serving the River Valley for over 34 years. Come let our guys replace your tires with Cooper tires and our service department to make sure the vehicle has the best brakes and alignments. Tony's Tire Service, 7200 South 28th Street in Fort Smith. Service you can depend on.
Messy leaks, stopped up toilets and sinks, all of these can be a nightmare. This is Emily with Mr. Rooter Plumbing in Fort Smith. Did you know that when you call Mr. Rooter, you get real-time tracking so you know exactly when to expect us? We know you're busy, so we send a reminder, so scheduling with us is convenient. When you need plumbing, call Mr. Rooter in Fort Smith or book online at mrrooter.com. We're your neighborly company.
Links at Chaffee Crossing, located in Fort Smith, has the best barbecue in the River Valley, hands down. Check out Links at Chaffee Crossing's Facebook page for their daily specials and live music schedule. Links at Chaffee Crossing has dine-in or patio dining with a full view of the golf course. Also, stop by their full bar for a cold beer or a cocktail. Need a place to watch the Hog games? Links at Chaffee Crossing has that too. Get linked up at Links at Chaffee Crossing, 11707 Custard Boulevard in Fort Smith.
The Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation is reaching out to men and their families all across Arkansas. Know your stats. 1 in 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. Stay in the game. All men ages 45 to 75 should see a doctor to consider a screening for prostate cancer. Don't sit on the sideline. Prostate cancer is nearly 100% survivable if caught early. For more information, visit arprostatecancer.org.
The Peter Pender Zone of Wave Rural Connect is open. That fiber internet, phone, and TV service you've been hearing so much about is now available for areas south of the Arkansas River, to Coxville, to east of Cecil, and over to Roseville, with amazingly fast internet starting at $49.95 a month. Call 1-833-4WAVE-RC or go online to signup.waveruralconnect.com to get signed up. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities that we serve.
You've trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance, all without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
Ask Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith about Shelter's home insurance.
ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Option right. KJ cuts back. Jefferson at the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas! What a run by KJ!
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
We're back here at Randall Ford. Going to get into some college football games coming up in the second part of this show. Tommy, I was playing golf yesterday and talking with a buddy that's engaged and set to be married, and we're thinking about bachelor party ideas. And he wants to go to Branson, play him a little golf, and he's thinking about a few places to stay popped in his head. And I said, why don't we stay at the Gameday Lodge? He looked at me and said, that's the best idea you've ever had. And if you haven't heard about the Gameday Lodge, whether it's bachelor parties, corporate retreats, golf trips, team building activities, game day weekends, it is the best place in the country to stay to watch the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Razorbacks. It doesn't matter because they have 19 beds, 10 bedrooms, room for up to 28 guests, 9 bathrooms, 17 TVs, pool table, poker table, arcade, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, fire pit, gas grills, bago, outdoor basketball court, 5 minutes to Table Rock Lake, 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. Tommy, you and I have been, and to say that we were thoroughly overimpressed would be the understatement of the year.
Place is so big, it seems like every time you walk to another level of that 3-story great party house, or you turn around a corner, you find something new you didn't realize was there yesterday. So that's the great thing about Gameday Lodge.
Yeah, it's incredible. So stop by and or contact our friends Sarah and Jason Everett. You can do it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Airbnb, and VRBO. You can also check them out at reservations@lakelodges.rent. That is their email. And then you can ask about Green Gables Lodge, too. So, Tommy, we're going to get into these other great college football games coming up. Kansas almost beat Oklahoma today. They almost beat Oklahoma. This is a Jayhawks team that was 1-5. They were up 10-0 at half and gave Lincoln Riley's team all they could handle in Lawrence today.
You're right. They gave them a scare. I don't know if they almost beat them 35-23 because Kansas down the stretch kind of vomited on themselves. Oklahoma scores 21 in the fourth quarter. It's tough at the top right now. Cincy struggled today with Navy. Oklahoma struggled with Kansas. It's tough to be one of the top-ranked teams. I'm sure Georgia liked their position on a bye week where they didn't have to battle anyone. They're the only team that doesn't seem to be having trouble with many people. But you get up in that number 2, number 3, number 4 spot, it seems to be trouble right now for a lot of people.
And I think with Georgia, we talked about how Georgia and Alabama are like at the top right now. I don't even know if you can put Alabama in the same level the way Georgia is playing. Now, Georgia's known to choke. We'll have to wait and see what they do in the SEC championship when they do face the Crimson Tide. And you brought up during the break, they got to play Florida and Jacksonville this week, and this next week. That's not going to be an easy game either. So you got to keep an eye on that. There's some big-time football games next week, and I know that Ohio State has a tough schedule down the stretch. I was talking to one of the guys here at Randall Ford, Tristan, who's an Ohio State fan, and they've got Michigan State, they've got Penn State, they've got to go to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. So, Tommy, this is the first time in a while that I truly have no idea outside of Georgia who are going to be the final 3 remaining teams in the college football playoff.
A little more wide open right now in Cincinnati with that win today. I know it was against Navy, though, but they move a step closer, and you think someone that's not in the Power 5 may actually get in this year.
Yeah, you just got to wait and see on that.
This is their year to do it, at least.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So I'm really excited to see what shakes out. I know that you're excited as well because there's parity in college football. We've kind of talked about the Clemsons, the Ohio State, the Oklahomas, the Alabamas. Where would parity come in? Now, these teams could very well find themselves this year, but I think it's a little bleaker than it has been in years past.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Alabama's not done. I would expect them maybe even to be the team that could beat Georgia and put 2 SEC teams, win in the SEC championship and put 2 SEC teams in that college football playoff. I think it's going to be a fun watch over the final month.
Yep, I agree. All right, coming up, your calls, your texts. William in Jonesboro, hold on. We'll get to you coming up.
Looking for a fence company that will provide the personal touch to your fence or gating project? Call Dusty's Fence Company at 479-629-4190. Dusty's Fence Company specializes.
Gameday Lodge in Branson is the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team building activities. You'll find 10 bedrooms with 19 beds for up to 28 guests, 9 bathrooms, 17 TVs, poker table, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, a fire pit, 2 gas grills, outdoor basketball court, a heated indoor swimming pool nearby, and a 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. Not to mention near some of the best golf courses. Just search Gameday Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Airbnb, and VRBO.
Or stop by Law's Drugstore at 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family. Call them now, 452-6116.
Crabtree RV Center, leading the River Valley in sales and service for over 70 years. Founded in 1950, Crabtree RV Center has grown into one of the largest family-owned and operated RV dealerships in Northwest Arkansas. Located on 17 acres, including a 26,000 square foot indoor showroom. Crabtree RV Center has everything you need, all in one convenient location. Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas, making your family's dreams come true.
At Frank Rowe Furniture for the month of October, no sales tax and free delivery. You heard it right, no sales tax and free delivery. Frank Rowe Furniture offers made-in-the-USA products and service after the sale. Remember, no sales tax and free delivery in October at Frank Rowe Furniture. Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house. Appliance excluded in sale and delivery must be within a 50-mile range.
Late breaking news. Central Hydraulics has teamed up with Wacker Neuson to meet your ever-growing equipment needs. Wacker Neuson offers loaders, excavators, skid steers, telehandlers, and more. Central Hydraulics is also your Gates Hydraulic Hose Center. Stop by today at 6104 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
The temperatures may be cooling down, but at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas, the deals are still red hot. Whether you are enjoying one of over 50 state parks or tailgating with your favorite team, Wheels has the right RV to help you enjoy fall in the natural state. And at Wheels RV, every new unit comes with a lifetime warranty. So get out to Wheels and see why they were voted best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
Ask Shelter Agent Phil Hicks about a free insurance review.
I have so many things that need to be done around the house, like fixing the gate on my fence, painting the front door, and that's just a start. I'm not the best DIY person or even have enough time if I were.
Call the experienced crew at Top Notch Roofing and Construction.
Well, isn't that...
I know what you're going to say, but Top Notch does it all. They service both commercial and residential clients with roofing, siding, windows, gutters, fencing, and remodeling. But they also have a crew that specializes in those honeydew jobs piling up at home.
Thanks, man. I'm calling Top Notch Roofing today.
Top Notch. Everything from roofing to honeydews. Call them today.
Hog fans, this is Robert. And this is Matt. And we're with the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Right next to Baum-Walker Stadium. Hey, Matt, can you believe it? This has to be one of the greatest times in history to be a Razorback fan.
Dad, I think you're right. The hog train is really rolling, stronger than ever.
With that said, now it's time to show off your Razorback pride. And folks, we at the Stadium Shop have you covered.
Do we have t-shirts?
Covered.
Hats?
Covered.
What about a pool table, couch, or even stuff for your car?
Covered, covered, and covered.
Okay, but how about an old school Razorback video arcade machine?
Covered.
Dad, we really do have everything covered, don't we?
I think you can say that.
Folks, it does not matter what the sport is or time of year. We have all the Razorback fans covered.
So stop by the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Or you can call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Hey, Matt, tell them about that WW8 thingy.
Oh, you mean our online store?
Yeah,
well, that's shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
So, Matt, do we have time for me to tell you a story?
Dad, please, just stop. Your dad's side showing. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
This is Hog Reaction, live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Back of the end zone, got a man. Touchdown, Arkansas! Touchdown, Arkansas! Warren Thompson!
Post-game coverage is presented by Gameday Lodge, the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team-building activities. Just search Gameday Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Airbnb.
I'm behind Lisa on the bridge, and I have jumped off. I am in the river.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Gonna go right to the phone lines to kick off this hour of Hog Reaction presented by Gameday Lodge as we are live at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Go to northeast Arkansas and welcome in William, who's in Jonesboro. William, you are on Hog Reaction. What you got after this 45-3 win, man?
Well, I just wanted to say, first off, good win for the team. I know that we didn't cover the point spread, but, you know, we got some good rest for our number one guys. But
hang on, William, you say that like it really disappointed you in more ways than one that they didn't cover the point spread.
Not really.
So
no, I don't have any money on the game.
Okay,
so
all right, just checking. So.
No. My thing about it is we've got to find another quarterback to back up KJ. Malik is not the guy. I just don't understand what's going on with him. He can't throw the ball very well. He makes very poor decisions. I think we really need to look at recruiting a quarterback this coming up off season. It was ugly.
So, William, to your point, man, I think, you recruit one or two quarterbacks every single – I say two. You recruit as many as you can. You try and sign one every single offseason, sometimes two. And I think this goes to show you, Tommy and William, we appreciate your call. This goes to show you that, coaches, they tend to know what they're talking about when putting the right players on the field. And yet all these fans clamoring for Malik Hornsby, following, especially after the Rice game, because KJ didn't really have a great first half, got it going a lot more in the second. And people are wondering just kind of who is going to be the starting. And listen, we asked the question, but I think both you and I and Clay and most others on this radio station were like, I think KJ is still the best option. That's why he's in there. And I think what's happened since Malik has entered more playing time as he did today is the gap from first-string quarterback to second-string quarterback is a lot wider than you'd like it to be.
If we were baseball players and I got 10 times more opportunity to work in the batting cage than you did, who's going to be the better hitter at the plate?
Between me and you?
If I worked in – you could –
Sorry, I had to. You set me up. I'll give you – I'll say you, even though I don't believe
it. It wouldn't matter what sport other than basketball. I'd still be better than you without the practice. But the bottom line is KJ Jefferson gets 10 times more – and I'm using the baseball analogy because that's what this is about is – I think Hornsby has the athleticism. We've seen flashes of that. He needs more reps. We saw KJ Jefferson at the beginning of the year not look good at all in the passing game. And look at the progression he's made over the course of these first 8 games. This is about practice time, building confidence. I don't think they've recruited a quarterback in Hornsby that doesn't have ability. I think he just needs more turns in the batter's box. Yeah. And right now, there's only one person that gets to get in there a bunch, and his name is KJ Jefferson. I think when you see Hornsby get more chances in practice to work on his skill, to work on his craft, he'll be fine. But right now, it's KJ Jefferson's team.
Now, Austin and Ozark brings up the question, talking about how our second team got beat by UAPB in the second half. If you remember, Arkansas was up 45-0. UAPB scored 3, so technically that is a true statement.
Get out of here. You're not going to actually believe that, are you?
You're saying that I'm not going to believe it, or Austin's not going to believe it?
No one should believe that. You know why Arkansas didn't score any points in the second half? They didn't really try. Hell, they took 3 minutes off the clock for the fourth quarter. Come on. You think Arkansas couldn't have scored points if they wanted to in the second half?
So, hold up. I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You think Arkansas, the reason they didn't score in the second half is
because
lack
they
of
emptied
effort.
they emptied the bench. Well, I think it's play calling. If you look at how they at the plate, did they look like they were trying to sustain long drive? I mean, there was mistakes, number one, and they emptied the bench, number two. But if Arkansas had needed to score points, they could have scored points. Is my point.
Where he's coming from is the second team was unable to score against UAPB. It's not like I agree with you. If they would have put KJ, I mean Traylon Burks was not playing in the second half. Neither was KJ Jefferson and several other players. I don't know if they went entirely too deep from the jump. I just noticed that Burks was on the sideline along with KJ and Malik was in there. So it looked like there wasn't a single first string in there skill position-wise. I don't know about the offensive line.
Yeah.
I agree with you in the fact that if Arkansas had put their first team in, they could have scored. But, Tommy, I don't think they exactly just pulled off the dogs with the second team string. They just couldn't do anything. The second string offense couldn't do anything against UAPB.
So what's that verify?
I think it verifies the same thing we've been saying. You don't really have any depth.
Bingo. Bingo, bango. And it tells you that the second string on this team is really not at anywhere close to an SEC level. If you pulled your top 25 players out of the mix, unavailable all of a sudden, you're nowhere close to an SEC roster at this point.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing with Arkansas. We've talked about this, and listen, Sam Pittman's in he's only had one full true recruiting cycle, right? And he came in, Arkansas was ranked, I think, 118th in recruiting after Morris left, and he got that sucker all the way to 29th or 30th, and then I think they were 21st the following year. We'll see where this class ultimately ends up, but you have to have depth in the SEC. And the thing about the Razorbacks, Tommy, is exactly what you just said. Arkansas's ones, their first 22, and I guess if you include the kickers and punters and kickers, that's 25, 26, whatever the number actually is, they measure up pretty decent against most teams not named Alabama and Georgia. But when
they're competing this year in the middle of the pack, we'll just say that.
But when you start getting into the seconds and the thirds, then you're like, and then you kind of see what you saw again. I mean,
there's a reason those players are starting.
Exactly. And Tommy, they should have scored against UAPB. I don't care if you're second, third, fourth. They've got to find a way to put points on the board. I would agree with you in the sense that I don't think Kendall Briles was pulling out all weapons that he had in terms of his playbook. But even basic stuff, you've got to find a way if you're a second teamer. This is your time to shine. This is your time to show the fans of Central Arkansas and watching you on the SEC Network, listening to you on ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com that you're more than just a second stringer. And really, offensive guys, they didn't do that today, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I agree. The execution from the second and third line players has to be better moving forward. But that tells you why injuries are going to be so important for this team to avoid. So I mean, when it falls off considerably, probably more so than most schools. And today was just, I think, more of a verification of that. But did Arkansas get in their own way? Yes, there was some issues there. But I think if Kendall Briles, if Sam Pittman said, hey, I want 14 points out of this, guys, I think they could have probably dialed up some strategy to get there.
You know how we talked about during the Georgia game? So Georgia won that game 37-0. And I felt, and you felt, because we agreed on this, that Kirby pulled off the metaphorical dogs, because there were times during that game where they could have gone for it on fourth down. They could have scored at least a field goal at the end of the first half. But Smart said, you know what, I have a lot of respect for Pittman. Let's just run basic stuff. And I think today in the second half you saw a respect. I don't think Sam Pittman wanted to hang 80-something points on an in-state stool. And he's talked about UAPB and the respect he has for them and their head coach this week. And I think that probably played a little bit into the second half as well, based on just the conversation that we've had with Coach Pittman leading up to this game.
And he mentioned Doc Gamble, the head coach for UA Pine Bluff, multiple times throughout the week. He did again in the post game today and thanked them for coming and playing in this game. So I don't know exactly how deep or long that relationship is or isn't, but I thought you could tell just throughout the week that the last thing I thought Sam Pittman really wanted to do was embarrass UA Pine Bluff. And honestly, if you want to have a tradition of playing other in-state schools, maybe you view A-State a little bit different. I don't think you want to win those games, 97-7. So.
George brings up a good point on our video live stream. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter and Twitch, as well as ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, the TuneIn app, and the ESPN radio out. Just talking about being beat up, and yeah, Arkansas is beat up. No Markel Lutzy. I know he wanted to play in front of his hometown of Little Rock and was unable to today. And you think about Jalen Catalon, and I know that we stressed all week long how devastating that impact of losing your best defensive player on the back end is going to be for this season. But, George, to your point, there's other teams in the SEC that are beat up. LSU has found ways to win. They're down to Ole Miss right now, 17-7. We'll see if they can give the Rebels a good game in the second half. But, Tommy, that comes back to what we started the conversation with, depth, and more depth.
And to my point, Arkansas threw one pass attempt in the fourth quarter. 4 in the third quarter. They had 5 second-half passing attempts. So, I mean, clearly they were and I don't remember. I didn't take notes on much of the second half. I don't remember a lot of up-tempo trying to snap it in 5 or 6 seconds after the previous play in the second half. So, and that's my point. It didn't seem like an offense that was in high gear by the tempo or the play calling. So,
you know, one thing before we take it a break here on Hog Reaction. And this is coming from a Central Arkansas, Little Rock, born and bred kid. Death, taxes, and something not working inside of War Memorial Stadium. Holy cow. Listen, I know that there is a lot of technology, a lot of upkeep that is needed during the course of seasons. And I know how many people work within Donald W. Reynolds Raceback Stadium. I used to be in the SEC Network office doing games. But I'll tell you what, man, they can't get through a single Razorback game in the history of that stadium without something going wrong. The ref's mic wasn't working. There was a static buzz that was clear all over the TV. It was one of my, like, the most memorable things I remember as a kid is just every single time it seemed like growing up, you hear a ref, Tommy, announce to the crowd, "The play clock is no longer working. We are keeping the clock on the field." And it's just every single year something goes wrong inside of War Memorial Stadium.
I don't think they had any clock issues today, but you're right about the referees, Mike. There was some kind of interference or issue or something that kept it from working. But no, you're right. It's had a. But again, when you do something one day a year, and now it's one day every other year, these kind of issues. I guess are hard to work around when you are hard to forecast necessarily, but it seems like it's the same handful that are very noticeable to the viewing audience or those that were in attendance today, which was just over 42,000.
Yeah, not a massive crowd today inside.
And we probably all make too big a deal out of some of this stuff. I mean, whether the referee's mic does or doesn't work isn't the end of the. It's a much smaller issue than the clock working or not working, but you'd like it to be smooth and flawless at some point.
And it never is in Little Rock. And, again, that's coming from a 501 kid. All right, coming up, I want to get into these scores that we were talking about from today. Some good college football games, including one right now between Ole Miss and LSU down there in Oxford as the Mannings have been all over the place. We will get to that coming up here on Hog Reaction live from Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Checking in with Cody at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, out checking the Quality Check pre-owned lot. You know, Cody, if people want selection, they can stop into Randall Ford and see everything you have to offer, man. They can always shop you online at randallford.com. But if they're looking for Mustangs, if they're looking for Corvettes, lifted Chevrolet trucks, you have a little bit of everything to offer whatever they're looking for in the market of cars.
Absolutely, man. We got everything for everybody. We got about 130 plus cars to pick from, trucks, SUVs, all that. Y'all just come on out here, ask for Cody, give me a shot at earning your business, and you'll leave happy.
Dodge trucks?
Dodge trucks as well, yes.
Chevrolets?
Everything.
F-150s that are pre-owned?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
You have Mustangs, Mustang convertibles, and mid-size and compact SUVs?
Yep, Mustangs, Corvettes. We even got some Camrys. Come on out here and see me.
There you go. Come by and see my buddy Cody, one of the sales professionals. I guarantee you they'll take care of you. Fourth oldest Ford dealership, my friends. Come see us at 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith at Randall Ford.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me, Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Ask Shelter agents Ted McAvoy or Jeff Clark about a free insurance review.
Reduce your home energy bills while increasing your comfort. AOG and OG&E are offering a weatherization program that provides free home energy efficiency upgrades to current customers in Arkansas. If your home is at least 10 years old, it may qualify for these upgrades, which include attic insulation, caulking, air sealing, weather stripping, and LED lighting. To find out how you can benefit from these free home weatherization improvements, contact 844-413-3065 or visit AOGC.com.
So this one time at B-Dubs, a couple of friends came in for football, and they asked for the best seats in the house, which is kind of a trick question. Since we've got wall-to-wall TVs, you can watch the game in any direction. Kind of makes every seat in the house the best seat in the house. So when I explained all that, they just sat at the bar, because you got to be close to the beer on game days. Come into Buffalo Wild Wings for the absolute best game day experience the NFL can offer. Buffalo Wild Wings, to the greatest of all times.
Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Please drink responsibly.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Need a reason to smile? River Valley Smile Center can give you one. We are a comprehensive dental practice located in the heart of Fort Smith. From cosmetic dentistry to orthodontics, implants to sedation, we have everything you need for a brighter, healthier smile. Find out why we've been voted the River Valley's best of the best winner 4 years in a row by giving us a call at 479-646-0706. That's 479-646-0706.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
The best TV experience in the nation is available locally with personal service from Wild World of Wireless, your neighborhood professional Dish authorized retailer. Dish has the Hopper 3, the most advanced DVR, and delivers a premium viewing experience. Tired of running out of DVR space? With the Hopper 3, you can record up to 2,000 hours of your favorite programming and watch your very own favorite channels and DVR recordings anywhere you go on your phone or tablet. Call now, Wild World of Wireless at 877-305-DISH for more details, or stop by our location at the corner of Phoenix and Rogers, or visit us online at shopwownow.com.
Monthly equipment fees and other restrictions apply. Recording hours vary. 2,000 hours based on SD programming. Remote viewing requires internet connection and compatible mobile device.
Needing your roof repaired? Ramos Roofing is a local company that has over 25 years of experience, specializing in your residential or commercial roofing needs in the Oklahoma area. Ramos Roofing, a company you can trust, offering discounts to senior citizens, law enforcement, or healthcare workers, and assists in your insurance claims. Ramos Roofing, standing behind their work so you can stand under it. Call 479-420-9903. That's 420-9903. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home.
You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Option right. KJ cuts back. Jefferson at the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas! What a run by KJ!
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
So we talked a lot of Arkansas to this point here on Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge. And I want to switch it up a little bit because there's been some good games on today. Now, Tommy, you winced a little bit when you heard the announcement of the longest game ever that just concluded earlier between Penn State and Illinois. As Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini get it done on the road in Happy Valley. Was it 8 overtimes?
Nine overtimes with a final score of 20-18. So my it's not that Illinois won. I'm great with upsets, and that's fine. But to say this is the longest game in NCAA, they don't. After the third overtime, you just go for 2. You're just trading 2-point conversions. So yeah, I just have you're going to have to put an asterisk by this to say this holds up with what happened in Oxford that day when Arkansas went to 7 overtimes in seventh heaven. I just can't put those two in the same category.
Yeah, that's fair. And based on the duel, we know that we got a chance to hear from Eli Manning. He was at the Little Rock Touchdown Club either last week or 2 weeks ago, and I know he's getting honored. Got honored at halftime down there in Oxford, and that was just an incredible duel between him and Matt Jones. Now, some other good games. Kansas held a 10-0 lead over Oklahoma. A wild second half where Caleb Williams and the Sooners end up finding a way to get it done. Now, Tommy, did you see the weird sequence? I think it was Kennedy Brooks that handed the ball off to Caleb, and he on a 4th and 3 play ended up getting the first down. Did you see that play by chance?
I did not.
Okay. Well,
I was actually watching some of this Illinois game. I flipped over to it because that was Illinois and Penn State was so interesting. So
okay. See, and you made a comment. I'm telling you, Tommy, that game, I know it ended 38-23. That game was
35-23. I watched most of the first half and, of course, was rooting like hell for Kansas. And then Oklahoma does what they always do. They come back and they win in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a 4th and 3 play, and I've never seen this in the history of me watching football. I had no idea what was going to be called. It was a forward handoff that was behind the line of scrimmage, which, according to the referees, made it legal. It's just a weird play. I'd encourage you when we get to break to go back and watch it. But Oklahoma survives in Lawrence, Kansas, and gets it done. We mentioned Penn State falling to the Fighting Illini, Illinois. Now, the game right now that everyone's probably going to be paying attention to when it comes back from half is LSU and Ole Miss. Tommy, right now, my thing's not loading, but I think LSU's down 17-7. Yeah, 17-7 right now. What's that game? I'm assuming you have it on in there in studio. What's that game been like in the first half?
We've actually can't pick up Channel 5 because their signal's not strong enough here to get on the antenna. So, no, we've been watching Oklahoma State here in the studio. Had Oregon and UCLA on. All the ranked teams are struggling. Oregon down by a field goal to unranked UCLA. So, no, we've had Oklahoma State on the TV here.
I found it pretty wild that with all the great players that UCLA has had in football, and these are more like way back wins, the Troy Aikmans and those kind of guys, that College Game Day's never been out there to Los Angeles to UCLA, but they're out there today, and apparently it's motivating them because they're up, as you just said, 17-14 right now, and we'll see if Dorian Thompson-Robinson can keep that going, or if Mario Cristobal and them can keep going in the second half. Now, you brought up the Oklahoma State game. Here's what's weird about the Cowboys heading into Ames. This is the first time in, I know Chris the Bear Felica shared it on Game Day today. It's the first time in however many years that a ranked team, a top 10 ranked team, is going to an unranked team. And, Tommy, Iowa State's favored. The Cyclones were favored today, even though they were unranked, and Oklahoma State came in there ranked today, which is just odd to me.
Yeah, and Oklahoma State in the driver's seat, so to speak, in that. I mean, it's going to come down perhaps to Bedlam, and they control their own destiny. So, I mean, we've been talking about teams that could make the college football playoff. You know, right now it looks like Oklahoma State could be a team that could play their way in there, but they're going to have to beat Oklahoma to do it.
Now, Arkansas will play Missouri the Friday of Thanksgiving, and Bedlam will be the following day. Now, my aunt was kind enough 2 years ago to invite me to go to Bedlam, and I'm hoping I get that same invitation, because if both those teams, Tommy, are undefeated heading into Stillwater for the chance to play and they'd have to rematch again, obviously, for at the Big 12 championship.
Mm-hmm.
That would be that you'd have to go back to Mason Rudolph and Baker Mayfield dueling a few years ago, and that would be the most hyped game since then.
Well, and Oklahoma could lose in the regular season and win the championship, and maybe leave the Big 12 completely out of the college football playoff. I mean, I could certainly see that scenario unfolding. Iowa State today for the Pokes, and they get Kansas, who played Oklahoma close today. On the road to West Virginia, TCU, Texas Tech, and then, of course, the Bedlam game, as you mentioned, on Thanksgiving weekend. So that's their schedule moving forward.
Any chance that Tennessee, I was talking to Rocky, who's the residential Falls fan here. I know our buddy Bruce Stanton over at Pradco Fishing is going to be keeping an eye on this one. Any chance that Tennessee could keep it close on the road in Tuscaloosa tonight in the cigar game, Tommy?
What's close?
3 touchdowns?
That's not close.
For Bama, it is.
Okay, that's not close. Close is less than 10. So, no, they can't keep it close. Could they keep it to 3 touchdowns? The line's 25. They might beat the line. They might cover it as the underdog and maybe lose by 3 touchdowns. I don't think that's close. But I could see it being a 2-possession ball game in the fourth quarter. But I think Alabama's just too much, and I don't think it will be that close. I think Alabama covers the line and wins going away.
Wake Forest won today 70-56 over Army, a very high-scoring game. Right now, Clemson is down to Pittsburgh in Pitt, 14-7. Clemson has just dropped off the map, and DJU is just not picked up where Trevor Lawrence left off. A couple other
Kenny Pickett.
games.
Kenny Pickett's one of those names that they mentioned on College Game Day today. I don't think a lot of people know the Pitt quarterback, but probably someone you ought to start paying attention to. 17 of 29, 218 yards so far in that game against Clemson.
He had, I think, because I was listening to that segment bit that you were talking about, Tommy. I want to say he has and you mentioned the touchdown. I think he now has 24 passing touchdowns, 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns, and only 1 or 2 picks. So he's been pretty good so far this season, like you're talking about.
I mean, the ACC is somewhat wide open this year with Clemson being off, Florida State not being anywhere close to their historic performance. So, I mean, I don't know if Pitt can get there and win the ACC, and maybe if he does, I don't think Kenny Pickett will win the Heisman, but he could be a Heisman finalist.
You know what? Our buddy Jeremy Tissington here, who is the Oklahoma fan, he brought up a good point to me, and I didn't hear it during the broadcast on ESPN with, I think it was Robert Griffin and Mark Jones, but if Caleb Williams for Oklahoma had started the season and then made that play, and I know you haven't watched it yet.
I watched the fourth. I was watching that while you were talking there. His 40-yard run. I don't know if that's the play you were looking at.
It's a different one,
play.
But that would have been his Heisman moment, but because he came in later in the season, it's not going to be the case. So the Heisman's still kind of up in the air. I think Matt Corral, if he gets it done against LSU and continues to have success, he's going to have a lot to say who wins that award. We are live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, the 4th oldest Ford dealership in the country. Not in Arkansas, but in the entire United States of America. And there's a reason that they've been around for so long, and they get mentioned for Best of the Best awards every single year. It's the customer service, the selection, and the fact that they have the best-selling truck in the industry, the Ford F-150. So whether you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, a brand-new Ford Bronco, it doesn't matter. They're going to have it. Come by and see us at 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
I just watched that play. That is a pretty nifty play. His teammate's getting ready to go down for sure, and he just strips it from him.
Yep.
But it's behind. But as you said, behind the line of scrimmage, so a forward handoff would be legal since it's behind the line of scrimmage, and he got a critical first down. So.
Yeah, it was a
heads-up play. That's a heads-up play.
And then I'm telling you, and like Jeremy said, if he started the season, that's probably his Heisman moment, but he's going to have to wait on his trophy at least for another year. All right, a lot more to get to here on Hog Reaction. Your calls, your texts. We'll get back into Arkansas coming up here live from Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Hanging out at Randall Ford
Lodge in Branson is the perfect place for corporate retreats, golf trips, and team building activities. You'll find 10 bedrooms with 19 beds for up to 28 guests, 9 bathrooms, 17 TVs, poker table, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, a fire pit, 2 gas grills, outdoor basketball court, a heated indoor swimming pool nearby, and a 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. Not to mention near some of the best golf courses. Just search Gameday Lodge on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Airbnb, and VRBO.
No matter what they have to trade, you just want a chance to earn their business. If they're looking for cars, trucks, Corvettes, Mustangs, you guys have it here at Randall Ford.
Absolutely. We've got Corvettes, Mustangs, everything. Just come see me here and we'll earn your business.
All they got to do is ask for Josh Wynn.
That's absolutely right. I'm here to win.
Come by and see us, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Hey, don't forget, 4th oldest Ford dealership in America is right here in your own backyard. Come see us today at Randall Ford.
Needing your roof repaired? Ramos Roofing is a local company that has over 25 years of experience, specializing in your residential or commercial roofing needs in the Oklahoma area. Ramos Roofing, a company you can trust, offering discounts to senior citizens, law enforcement, or healthcare workers, and assists in your insurance claims. Ramos Roofing, standing behind their work so you can stand under it. Call 479-420-9903. That's 420-9903. Ramos Roofing, working with you to build a better home.
Don't brush off the dentist. They have fillings too. River Valley Smile Center can provide you and your family with comprehensive dental services in a friendly and welcoming setting. From cosmetic dentistry to orthodontics, implants to sedation, we have everything you need for bright and healthy teeth. To schedule an appointment, visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give us a call at 479-646-0706. That's 479-646-0706.
Don't miss the Hot Spring Spas Factory Pre-Order Sale, now through November 1st at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Claim your very own Hot Spring Spa during this pre-order sale and make every day better. Burton's has 36 different Hot Spring Spa models to choose from, so pick your size, style, and color right now. It's the Hot Spring Spas Factory Pre-Order Sale, now through November 1st at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com.
Late breaking news. Central Hydraulics has teamed up with Wacker Neuson to meet your ever-growing equipment needs. Wacker Neuson offers loaders, excavators, skid steers, telehandlers, and more. Central Hydraulics is also your Gates Hydraulic Hose Center. Stop by today at 6104 Highway 271 South in Fort Smith. Central Hydraulics, helping you move the world.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Rowland. For over 31 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here in-house financing program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Ask Shelter agents Ted McAvoy or Jeff Clark about a free insurance review.
Whole Hog Cafe on Phoenix Avenue is now open 11 till 8 Monday through Saturday. Whole Hog Cafe has party packs for your watch party, tailgate party, business meetings, or lunch and dinner for the family. You will see a few new items on the menu to go along with the award-winning barbecue and sides. Whole Hog Cafe, Phoenix Avenue, offers online ordering at wholehogfortsmith.com, along with curbside and delivery service. Or come see us 11 till 8 Monday through Saturday. Follow Whole Hog Cafe on Facebook and Instagram for specials.
Reduce your home energy bills while increasing your comfort. AOG and OG&E are offering a weatherization program that provides free home energy efficiency upgrades to current customers in Arkansas. If your home is at least 10 years old, it may qualify for these upgrades, which include attic insulation, caulking, air sealing, weather stripping, and LED lighting. To find out how you can benefit from these free home weatherization improvements, contact 844-413-3065 or visit AOGC.com.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Option right, KJ cuts back, Jefferson at the 5, touchdown Arkansas! What a run by KJ!
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
So I want you all to listen to this stat real quick as we're live here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Hog Reaction presented by Gameday Lodge. This is from Andrew Hutchinson. I want to make sure I give him credit for this. So Tommy, Mace, Traylon Burks has gone over 2,000 receiving yards in his career. He's the 9th player in Razorback history to do that. 3 of those 9 players are from Warren High School. Traylon, Jarius Wright, Greg Childs. Guys, that is the 66th largest city in Arkansas, and it produced probably a third of your best wide receivers. That stat is just, it's mind-blowing to me how Warren continues to produce great football players, even as small as the town as it is.
You know, me and you and Clay were talking yesterday just about 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and there's only been, go back and look it up, I think 3.
Kobe, Jarius, and I think Anthony Lucas are the 3, Tommy.
And, so he's got a chance, and that's why we're talking about the discussion yesterday was if he could have 100-plus and maybe put a big number up, he might walk his way right into being in that elite club. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has. I don't know. Do you know where he's at now? I know you have the stats in front of you.
Let me see if I got the email yet on the season stats, but hang on just a second. I'll get it for you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, because he's getting up there now. He had 3 touchdowns today, 2 receiving, 1 rushing. I mean, there's no question he's going to go down regardless of how he finishes this season. It's one of the best, if in some opinion, the best that have ever played wide receiver at the University of Arkansas. And I saw him mocked most recent by Pro Football Focus at 10th to the New York Jets. If he gets making plays like he did today, and we know the competition's going to stiffen up a little bit, but it was just almost unfair, y'all. I mean, this is an FCS opponent trying to cover a 6'3", 235-pound man, or 225, whatever he's at. There's a reason that he just went off on the Golden Lions today, Tommy.
Yeah, and we'll see how the last 4 games against SEC competition each and every week turn out. Traylon Burks for the year in 8 games, 42 catches, now 717 yards. That's almost 90 yards a game. So added to that number, I'd like to think he could get just under 300, 283 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So can he get 283 over the last 4 games? That's the challenge. And a bowl game would count towards the season total, too.
Yeah, so I would think that's possible in 5 games, because I think you and I agree that this team's going bowling.
Well, you're 1 win away after today. So
yeah, so that's kind of what you did. Now, I want to go over a few things that they need to correct before we get into this SEC stretch. KJ and Malik both had fumbles today. A.J. Green had a fumble. Tommy, they got to take better care of the football. I know that I think they've – prior to today, I think Rich Schaefer shared that they've only lost 1 fumble on the season. That was Rocket in the Ole Miss game. But that was an issue that was overlooked because of the wind. But you can't put the ball on the ground like that during SEC games.
No, and I think you get in games like this, and sometimes you play to the level of competition. Your focus isn't where it is, and that's what's always amazing about teams like Alabama, who seem to never, have an off week, so to speak. Now I know they've struggled against some SEC teams, but their focus and concentration always seems to be there, and that's what separates the good ones from the great ones is you never play down to your competition. And I think there were some moments where they lost focus today. They had penalties, 9 penalties today. That's been an ongoing issue at times for this team, and you could see Coach. I love the way he handled that. If you were watching the game on TV when Traylon Smith got the unsportsmanlike for something he said apparently on the opposite sideline, the way he brought him over, put his arm around him, and had a conversation, but you could see the frustration as he was kind of waving him over to him. You knew it was going to be a one-way conversation with Sam Pittman when Smith arrived over there.
So let me ask you about that play, because I watched it, and I don't know if you remember it, but the guy puts his helmet in Traylon's face, and I mean, I don't know about you, Tommy, but if someone sticks their head in my face, I'm going to push it out of the way. What is he supposed to do in that situation?
I don't think that was what was called. What we don't know is what was said. That's what we have no idea is what language, what the conversation was in that sideline. So to say what happened there, I don't think the flag had anything to do necessarily with that particular contact, particularly since it was unsportsmanlike. If it was due to the contact, it would have probably been a different type of foul.
Okay, so you based on what you just said, you think it was just because something of Traylon that he said to the opponent.
That would be my best guess, yes.
Okay.
Based on the way that unfolded. And that's just a matter of keeping your cool and keeping your wits about you.
Okay. There's a couple of things that happened today. Miles Slusher got an interception in the back of the end zone. That was big for his confidence. You got a couple more sacks today that the UAP quarterbacks seem to be under pressure a good amount of this game. I know Barry Odom was dialing up some blitzes when he was loud. But how about Nathan Perotti, Tommy, taking that touchdown back? And we saw a little bit of Bryce Stevens, the Oklahoma – he's either Oklahoma or Dallas. I think he's an Oklahoma native wide receiver returning punts as well. But Perotti takes one back, and He got a standing ovation on the sideline. I didn't realize that is your first punt return since 2011 with old Joe Adams taking it back.
Yeah, way too long for any team not to have a punt return for a touchdown. So today you get off that schneid, so to speak. So maybe that will build some confidence. It'll certainly improve the return yardage, which has not been very good going into this game. Arkansas has been fielding punts more than returning punts, and now Perotti with 14 returns. And the 80-yarder today is up to added to it 80 yards today to get to an 11-yard average. That's 155 yards now total on the year with the 80.
I mentioned with Keytron Jackson getting on the board his first touchdown. It's good to see the true freshman find the end zone, and you'd like to see him find it once or twice more the rest of the season because we know how talented he is. What also stood out to me, Tommy, and I've gotten frustrated when these goal line situations. It seems like in these 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s, like in goals, they always throw a slant route, which either gets broken up or KJ's high. Why does Briles not have a fade route in his playbook when you have a 6'5" Warren Thompson, who albeit dropped a couple passes today for Traylon Burks?
You're promoting the goal line fade?
What do you mean? I've been promoting. I've been screaming it from the hilltops.
Yeah, but you're the only voice. Most people hate the goal line fade.
Why?
Well, it's a difficult throw to drop in the bucket, and I think you got a quarterback that you might have difficulty getting that one online or where you want it. It takes a perfect throw.
Let me ask you something. What would you have KJ rather throw, a slant or a fade? Because I'd rather him throw. I think he's got a good back shoulder ball, Tommy. We've seen it. I'd rather, based on what I've seen, I'd rather him throw a back shoulder pass fade than a fade and then the slant route based on what I've seen this season.
Maybe, but and that part of his game is showing some improvement. His deep ball, very accurate. His intermediate and low in short yardage stuff, not as accurate. So, Kendall Briles knows what he sees in practice. We don't get to see that. I just know most people hate the goal line fade. That's all I can say. So,
Daniel brings up and saying, and it's probably valid on this. He said, "Y'all, do you realize that we could have lost this game under the previous coach?" I had legitimate conversations this week, Tommy, about, are they going to blow this game? And I said, no. Like, this is no chance. The line opened up at 51.5. It dropped to about 48.5. Well, they didn't cover, which is a bummer, and I think it was William and Jonesboro that was disappointed about that. And I'm a little disappointed as well because I was thinking they were going to be able to cover, but no second-half points. It's hard to cover. But outside of that, Tommy, and the kind of the few mistakes we mentioned, it's not really a lot that you gripe about after today's 45-3 win.
I mean, I sat here last week on this very chair at about this same minute and declared that this game was basically a second bye week. That there was no reason to be concerned, and this game played out exactly kind of how I thought it would play out and should. You had a Pine Bluff team coming in that has only won one game this year. They're 1-6 now after Arkansas wins today. So, I think whether Chad Morris would have won this game doesn't matter. Chad Morris didn't coach this game. I don't think it would have been that close. But Arkansas, I didn't think there was – I don't know what FPI said, but I'm sure it was 99-point-something% chance Arkansas had to win this game today.
We are presented on Hog Reaction by Gameday Lodge. If you're looking for a place for a corporate retreat, golf trip, team building activity, maybe just a game day weekend to watch the Chiefs, Cowboys, Razorbacks, our friends Jason and Sarah Everett have you covered. If you haven't seen it, just search Gameday Lodge on Google, YouTube, Airbnb, VRBO, Twitter, Instagram. They're on all these social media platforms, and you will be amazed what you see. And there's a reason for that. They have 19 beds inside their incredible lodge in Branson, Missouri, 10 bedrooms. You can fit up to 28 people. And listen to these amenities. You got a pool and poker table, arcade, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, fire pit, gas grills, hot tub, bago, outdoor basketball court, plus you're close to Table Rock Lake, a 5-minute walk, a 10-minute drive to Silver Dollar City. And, Tommy, one of the things you'll always come back to about Branson, Missouri, it's some of the best golf in the entire United States.
Oh, it's an awesome golf destination. So, guys, I mean, if you think, I want to go to Vegas or I want to go to Myrtle Beach or let's go to Orlando, listen, you don't have to get on a plane to go play some of the best golf courses in the country. They're right there in Branson. Stay at the Gameday Lodge, and you're going to have a great time. Take the family along, the kids and The wives can do something else while you and your friends go to play a multitude of great golf courses that Johnny Morris has developed.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So, again, you can reach out to them via Airbnb, VRBO, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And they're also through email reservations at lakelodges.rent. Coming up, one final segment here from Randall Ford on Hog Reaction. Your last chance to get your reaction to the game today, a 45-3 win over UAPB. That's coming up next, live at 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith at Randall Ford.
You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. The temperature's starting to cool down a little bit. Let's go ahead and go cliche. Deals are always hot, and Jeremy at Randall Ford, whether they're looking for the big Bronco Sport, whether they're looking for the Mach-E's, it doesn't matter. You guys have all of them, and they're on display. You're not just going to show them pictures like other dealerships do.
We have them all here. As you look around the showroom floor, you see the Bronco, the full-size Bronco. You see the Mach-E, and you see the Bronco Sport, all inside. So when it's raining, you guys can come on inside and take a look at the cool new inventory.
New F-150s.
New F-150s. We have them on the ground, and what we're really excited about is we've got a new Venom R coming.
You know, I can't wait to see that. It ought to be here by next week.
Hoping you'll be here by next week. This is fully customized, exclusive to Randall. Anybody that's seen these on the road, they stand out and stand above anything else out there.
There you go. Come by and see us, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, or you can always shop us online at randallford.com.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, "The sweetest fruits of life come from serving others." And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
Ask Shelter agents Randy Milam or Brad Howe about a free insurance review.
Links at Chaffee Crossing, located in Fort Smith, has the best barbecue in the River Valley, hands down. Check out Links at Chaffee Crossing's Facebook page for their daily specials and live music schedule. Links at Chaffee Crossing has dine-in or patio dining with a full view of the golf course. Also, stop by their full bar for a cold beer or a cocktail. Need a place to watch the Hog games? Links at Chaffee Crossing has that too. Get linked up at Links at Chaffee Crossing, 11707 Custard Boulevard in Fort Smith.
Looking for a career in trucking? JR's Trucking Company, a family-owned and operated company, has prided itself on being a safe, reliable, and dedicated carrier. Headquartered in Van Buren, Arkansas since 2002, JR's Trucking Company specializes in transporting poultry and produce across the United States. They offer competitive pay and benefits, weekly home time, plus an $8,000 sign-on bonus. Get on the road to success. Contact JR's Trucking Company today at 1-800-428-4033. JR's Trucking Company, a professional team you can count on.
Make Awake Bait and Tackle on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma has everything a fisherman needs. Rods, reels, tackle, plastics, all kinds of great baits to catch a wall hanger. Rods starting at $69.95. The biggest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reaction Innovation, Bobby Garland, Lake Fortgugan, and more. And Make Awake has Daiwa rods and reels, and they repair them too. Make Awake Bait and Tackle, 1 mile east of I-540 on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Make Awake Bait and Tackle.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 31 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here in-house financing program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
For more than 80 years, Forest Grin Inc. has been building the foundations of the River Valley and beyond. Forest Grin, a destination point for men and women with a drive toward excellence, is now hiring experienced dump truck drivers. CDL Class A or B license with medical card is required. Apply now from any mobile device at forestgrininc.com. A heritage company and a premier employer. Forest Grin offers top wages and benefits. Apply today at forestgrininc.com. Become part of the Forest Grin legacy. Apply now on any device at forestgrininc.com. Forest Grin Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Don't miss the Hot Spring Spas Factory Pre-Order Sale, now through November 1st at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith. Claim your very own Hot Spring Spa during this pre-order sale and make every day better. Burton's has 36 different Hot Spring Spa models to choose from, so pick your size, style, and color right now. It's the Hot Spring Spas Factory Pre-Order Sale, now through November 1st at Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com.
Are you a contractor needing some color picking help for your customers? The Paint Store in Van Buren will do that. We know what contractors need. We've done it for 33 years. Send your customers to us. We will take care of them in a friendly way. Let us do some work for you. Our blend of Richards paint makes the choice easy. The Paint Store in Van Buren is ready to help your customers right now. Call us at 474-4505 or stop by 1414 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren.
ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Hog Reaction live at Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge.
Option right. KJ cuts back. Jefferson at the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. What a run by KJ.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
We're back here at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Going to wrap up the show here on Hog Reaction. We're going to do it with our buddy Tristan, who now joins us live here at Randall Ford. Now, Tristan, you guys are telling me you got over 180 pre-owned vehicles here on the lot right now. That is impressive, my man.
Got a little bit of everything. Cars, trucks, SUVs, all sorts of payment ranges. Man, we got it.
And one of the things that you guys also have is the #1 truck in the industry, the Ford F-150. And you guys have plenty of those on the lot, Super Duties, all decked out, and different colors as well.
Absolutely, man. Huge inventory of new stuff as well. A bunch more coming in. Man, we got a lot of good things going on right now.
The Bronco has stood out to me. It is just a perfect combination, a tailgating vehicle, and I think a lot of people would just want to come in and take a look at it.
Absolutely, man. We have one on the showroom. All the doors off, the top off, ready to go. A Badlands package, so pretty well loaded.
Now, has Brad or Bradford, have they ever let you take this out for a spin? We got what looks to be, it's a Model T, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
In the studio.
I believe, from what I understand from the other salespeople, about a 1925 model.
Okay.
It was sold brand new at the original Randall Ford store.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
They have not let me drive it yet.
Take it out for a spin.
Right. They don't trust me that much yet.
That's an awesome vehicle. Well, stop on by and see us. Stop on by and see Tristan again here at Randall Ford. We're 5500 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Appreciate you having us out here, man.
I appreciate you.
Oh, good stuff as always. And got some good college football on the rest of the night. USC and Notre Dame is going to be a fun one, I think. Tommy, as we wrap it up, you got a game that you're penciling in that you have to watch the rest of the night, man?
Oh, I'll watch Alabama, Tennessee. I think Texas A&M, South Carolina could be maybe sneaky good tonight. So those are a couple of games I'll probably keep an eye on this evening.
Yeah, that'll be good. I hope Tennessee can keep it at least reasonable. I hope it's not 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. And I want this is weird saying because I don't love Tennessee. I just want the Vols to be able to smoke them cigars, Tommy. I'm so sick of seeing Nick Saban smoke a cigar after that game. Let them have an opportunity to smoke a cigar, man.
Well, that's not going. I mean, they're not just going to lay down and let them have it. If that's what you're wanting to see right now. Ole Miss kind of giving it to LSU a little bit in the third quarter. It's 24-7. So on the day they honor Eli and try to recruit his nephew. It's an Ole Miss lead in the third quarter.
Dude, they went all out. I mean, you put Manning on both end zones.
Yeah.
Arch is down there for his official visit, and they want him bad, and Lane wants him bad. So what do you do if you're Lane Kiffin and you put all this effort into recruiting him in Ole Miss, and then you take the LSU job? You just translate. Hey, everything that I told you about coming to Oxford, it's going to be that times 2. Down there in Baton Rouge.
Hey, the Mannings know the game, but you know what? His name circulating around that job might be to his detriment on him coming to Ole Miss and following in his uncle's and his grandfather's footsteps.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, Tommy, take us back because I wasn't really of age to understand. Tuberville moved on from Ole Miss to Auburn, and I'm pretty sure he said that I'm not taking the Auburn job, and then he took the Auburn job. How big of a move was that in the SEC West at the time, because there hasn't been too many inter division moves with head coaches.
No, that's a good point. And Auburn was just a much better job than Ole Miss. Ole Miss was a stepping stone compared to Auburn. And he went on at a time when Alabama could not find the right head coach. And 6 straight that Auburn won over Alabama. So eventually they tired of each other. But Tommy Tuberville did something that no other coach in recent times has done, and that's beat Alabama on the regular.
That's going to do it for us here on Hog Reaction, live from Randall Ford, presented by Gameday Lodge. Tommy, and enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll be back to get things going on a bye week Monday morning at 6 a.m. on the Morning Rush.
Yeah, a lot of hard-hitting analysis on this game today at 0600 on Monday. You don't want to miss it.
You can't miss it. For Tommy Kraft, Mason Choate, I'm Ty Richardson. Everyone have a great Saturday. We'll talk Monday morning.
Loading the kids in the car. Brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Call Kohler Green Insurance today in Fort Smith, 484-9888, and Kohler & Green Insurance in Van Buren, 474-9888, or online at kohlergreen.com.
Messy leaks, stopped up toilets and sinks, all of these can be a nightmare. This is Emily with Mr. Rooter Plumbing in Fort Smith. Did you know that when you call Mr. Rooter, you get real-time tracking so you know exactly when to expect us? We know you're busy, so we send a reminder, so scheduling with us is convenient. When you need plumbing, call Mr. Rooter in Fort Smith or book online at mrrooter.com. We're your neighborly company.
Are you in need of roofing repairs or maybe more? Construction Master Roofing, who has been under new management since 2019 with over 25 years of experience, is who you need to call. Estimates are free, and military, first responders, and medical workers receive 5% off. Construction Master Roofing guarantees their work, and the number you need to call is 648-8888 in the River Valley, and in Oklahoma, call 918-859-4714. Construction Master Roofing, the roofing company that cares and gets the job done.
Don't drop the ball. Talk to your doctor about prostate health today. A man has a 1 in 7 chance of developing prostate cancer in his lifetime. It's the second leading cause of cancer-related death in Arkansas men. Catch it early. It doesn't have to knock you down. Join the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation and their partners for free health education screenings for men ages 45 to 75. Go to arprostatecancer.org for a calendar of screening events near you. When it comes to prostate health, don't drop the ball.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
Ask Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith about Shelter's home insurance. What do you get when you pull into Tony's Tire Service? You get the best selection of tires for any car, truck, or commercial vehicle. Tony's Tire Service has Cooper tires and is ready to serve you to get you back on the road safely. They'll also get your vehicle fixed with brake replacements, plus an alignment with the best repair guy in the area. Tony's Tire Service has been serving the River Valley for over 34 years. Come let our guys replace your tires with Cooper tires and our service department to make sure the vehicle has the best brakes and alignments. Tony's Tire Service, 7200 South 28th Street in Fort Smith. Service you can depend on.
Are you a contractor needing some color picking help for your customers? The Paint Store in Van Buren will do that. We know what contractors need. We've done it for 33 years. Send your customers to us. We will take care of them in a friendly way. Let us do some work for you. Our blend of Richards paint makes the choice easy. The Paint Store in Van Buren is ready to help your customers right now. Call us at 474-4505 or stop by 1414 Fayetteville Road in Van Buren.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
2 seconds, 1 second, he lets fly with a shot.
From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3.
Who you are. It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love.
You ready to get this cancer about you? Let's do it.
Live. Fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
Because of all the donations, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
Here we go. From the Busch Light Studios, this is ESPN 95.3.
For this town is a pigskin paradise.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
This is SportsCenter.
Hello there. I'm Mark Robbins. Boy, it's been an exciting Saturday in college football as Illinois shocks 7th-ranked Penn State. This happened in Happy Valley. Also took 9 overtimes for the Illini to win 20-18. Number 2 Cincinnati holds off Navy 27-20 to remain undefeated. Number 3 Oklahoma trailed for 3 quarters plus at Kansas. But in the 4th,
Williams keeps it on the quarterback counter. Gets the first down, still on his feet. The Magic Man pulls out the magic wand. Touchdown Sooners. Oh, he's a runner. He's a track star. Look at him out there going.
Mark Jones, Robert Griffin III with the call on ESPN as the Sooners rally and get the victory 35-23. Right now, over on ABC television and the ESPN app, number 10 Oregon with another touchdown. And the Ducks lead in the Rose Bowl against UCLA 27-17. In Ames, Iowa, number 8 Oklahoma State trailing the Cyclones late third quarter. It's 17-14. Iowa State. And number 23 Pitt at home leads Clemson 21-10 with a couple minutes to go in the third quarter. On now to baseball and the Dodgers in Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. We'll go with Walker Buehler on short rest on the mound against the Braves. He replaces Max Scherzer, who was scheduled to start but scratched. Scherzer is dealing with a tired arm. ESPN 7 o'clock for coverage.
Hey, it's Greeny, and you can't ask for more from a sports weekend than we've got. All your baseball playoff action, a full slate of football, college, and pro, and the NBA back and better than ever. See you Monday. It's Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN+.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here.
Guys, I got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
On ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Hello and welcome to the Hoop Collective podcast. We talk about the NBA, and I'm being joined on contract extension deadline night. Wouldn't say it's exactly a holiday, but it is for some people. Joining me from the Naples, Florida area. I always say Naples, Florida area. Are you in Naples?
I am in actually Naples. Yes, okay. I am in Naples, Florida. And it is funny that you mentioned holiday because I was looking back on my notes from last year from the rookie extension deadline, and it was right before Christmas last year because the season was about to start. So it's a little deja vu, but it's on a Monday night, 2 weeks before Halloween.
Yeah, and so that's Bobby Marks, our front office insider, and just, I mean, we'll pretend Bobby's not here for a second. Bobby's ability to help us sound smart and be smart on ESPN, writing, talking on television is absolutely invaluable. And on a day like today, it's just like, I swear he was on NBA today, and like I was dealing with something, and like I waited like 11 seconds for him to get off the air, and then immediately called him because there was something going on I was chasing. So he's invaluable to us. So Bobby, you have been tracking this class and talking about the $1 billion class. This is one of the biggest free agent or rookie classes ever, the class of 2018. In 18, right? 18.
2018, yeah.
Yeah. Can you put that in perspective? With just what this class ended up doing in extensions?
Yeah, they set records. I mean, they did 11 extensions, which is one more than the rookie class from a year ago. They hit 1.1 billion in new contracts for rookie extensions. I had written about him a couple months ago about how I thought this could be $1 billion class. I was getting nervous over the weekend because we were like stuck on 912 million. And I had an article written and I had to go back. I had to change some things around. And I mean, the Landry Shamet deal, I think, put him over at 1.1 million. We've got, we started with Luka, Trey Young, Gildress Alexander, Michael Porter Jr. Those are your max guys. And then we saw a lot of compromises. Usually that's what happens with these extensions, whether it's Mikal Bridges, guys like that. But of course, there's that one big one that still was out there that didn't get done.
Yeah. So before we talk about that, I will say that while there were 5 max players, which is a lot, I don't know if it's a record. Maybe you would know, but so that's what helped get it to the billion. I think the deals that have been done, I'll get your opinion on this. The deals that have been done over the last 48, 72 hours, the non-maxes, basically, I felt that they came in lower than expectations and skew team friendly. I'll see if you agree with me on that.
I would say that that's accurate. I always say, Brian, that the non-max guys, the